The markets are closed, but business stories are just heating up. Hello, I'm Robert Tan. Catch up with us on Business Brief. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has said that transparent, accountable governance at the barangay level is crucial to restoring public trust. At the 2025 Galing Pook Awards ceremony at Malacanang Palace, Marcos recognized 10 outstanding barangay initiatives highlighting innovative practices by local governments. He praised the awardees for showing that transparent systems, even with limited resources, can produce programs that directly address community needs.
Dahil kapag malinaw ang proseso ng pamahalaan, lumalakas ang tiwala ng ating mga kababayan. Kung may pananagutan, tumataas ang respeto ng mamamayan. At tuwing inuuna natin ang kapakanan ng taong bayan, sumusunod ang pag-unlad ng ating inang bayan. Ito ang kulturang nais nating ipalaganap sa pamahalaan. Ganito ang serbisyo publika na dapat ramdam ng pamayanan, tapat, bukas at may direksyon.
For the first time in more than 30 years, the Galing Pook Awards focused exclusively on barangays. The government may have lost more than 180 billion pesos of taxpayers' money to roughly 600 ghost flood control projects. Senate President Pro Tempore Ping Lacson said the figure does not include funds tied to substandard infrastructure. Lacson and Senate Finance Committee Chair Sherwin Gatchalian inspected 10,000 flood control projects, about one-third of the 30,000 public works projects launched since 2016. With 5 to 6% of inspected projects found to be ghost projects, Lacson said applying the same ratio across all projects could push losses beyond 180 billion pesos. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. and Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas Governor Eli Remolona Jr. recently met, with Marcos seeking a clearer explanation for the economic slowdown and the decline in investor confidence. Paulo Barcelon has the details. Paulo, go ahead.
Robert, Governor Bilyonaryo says the president recognizes the reasons behind the country's weaker economy and acknowledges that the current challenges could be an opportunity to improve governance. The BSP chief admits this outlook matches DepDev's earlier warning that growth will remain soft from late 2025 until early 2026. The central bank expects a gradual rebound by mid-2026 and a more robust recovery in 2027, in line with forecasts from the IMF and private analysts. Remolona says the slowdown is partly due to government spending cuts following controversies in flood control projects and partly due to weaker business confidence linked to the same issue. But he notes signs of stabilization, including improvements in the stock market and the Philippines retaining its BBB plus rating from S&P. Asked about a possible interest rate cut this year, the BSP chief says it remains possible as the Monetary Board finalizes its policy outlook for 2025 and the central bank's next policy meeting is set for December 11. Robert.
Thank you for your report, Paulo Barcelon. Meanwhile, Vice President Sara Duterte has expressed support for Cavite 4th District Representative Kiko Barzaga following his 60-day suspension from Congress. In a statement, Duterte said that the suspension appeared aimed at silencing government critics, noting this is not the first time dissent has been met with punitive action. She added that free speech is a democratic right, emphasizing that democracy requires courage. On Monday, the House of Representatives voted to suspend Barzaga based on the Ethics Committee's recommendation. Barzaga was found guilty of disorderly behavior over allegedly inappropriate social media posts. The Department of Trade and Industry has launched the Tatak Pinoy strategy program, marking the implementation of Republic Act 11981, the country's first national industrial policy codified into law. The program aims to strengthen key industrial sectors and generate jobs while raising Filipino products and services to global standards. It identifies 9 priority sectors, including cement, food processing, defense, IT, BPM, pharmaceuticals, and electronics.
The Filipino talent deserves to shine in the global stage. For generations, we have dreamed of an economy that truly rewards our hard work and honors our craftsmanship. We have seen raw talent underutilized and our best products are undervalued. But the Tatak Pinoy program will be the game-changing story.
The Philippine Charity Sweepstakes Office has topped the Governance Commission's Performance Evaluation Awards, scoring more than 100% for 2024. PCSO Chairman Felix Reyes and General Manager Melquiades Robles accepted the award, which recognized the agency's excellence in accountability, service delivery, and social impact. The GCG also highlighted PCSO's compliance with the Magna Carta of Women and its progress in technology, human resource development, and customer satisfaction. The Department of Tourism has partnered with the Department of Migrant Workers to launch the Investment in Philippine Opportunities for Nations Tourism, or IPON program. The IPON program enables returning overseas Filipino workers to invest in tourism-related properties and activities as partners, owners, or entrepreneurs. Tourism Secretary Cristina Garcia Frasco said the program supports sustainable reintegration of OFWs while positioning tourism as a pathway to economic opportunities. It combines the pillars of family and community support with the growing tourism sector, offering returning OFWs a promising future. DMW Secretary Hans Leo Kakdak thanked the DOT for its commitment to empowering migrant workers and connecting them to opportunities in tourism and its allied sectors. We're taking a short break. Stick around. We've got more stories ahead. You're watching Business Brief. The Federation of Philippine Industry sees a positive sign after the Bureau of Internal Revenue suspended all audits and letters of authority following reports of widespread abuse and extortion. In an interview with BNC's Business 360, FBI Chairwoman Elizabeth Lee said that the suspension alone highlights the scale of disruption businesses have faced.
I think with the reforms, I think, of course, the new BOF now, Secretary Go is serious, coming from the business sector also. He knows how this works, and they're serious into making reforms. So that's what we are looking forward to: transparency, accountability, and real reform. Then we can get on with growth. We're actually being, stunted because of this corruption, but we are, the Philippines actually is on a path of growth. So we're looking forward to those implementation, those real reforms, and that's going to bring a lot of investment and growth for even for local business.
She added that the Federation is encouraged by the direction of Secretary Frederick Go and the new leadership at the Department of Finance.
As
Yes,
DPWH chief, yeah.
Yes, we are, and they understand, and they actually listen. That's why this broad stoppage of LOA is actually a good thing, because they heard from the businesses, and a majority of the businesses are MSM, and they're the ones who do not have connections, who do not have much money, and it's like extortion. So it's really not good for the country. But then again, I must say, it really is, the majority of the people in the agencies want to do good. It really is the small minority that gives our agencies the bad rap.
Up to $2 billion in infrastructure and renewable energy investments could be finalized next year. The Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry announced the potential deals following a 4-day trade mission to Qatar. PCCI President Nina Mangyo said that Qatari firm JTA Investment Holding is considering projects including rail systems in Davao and Cebu, as well as hotel, resort, and renewable energy developments. She added that company officials will visit the Philippines in January to assess viability and move towards finalizing deals. Senators are racing to finalize the 2026 national budget with significant allocations earmarked for classroom construction, social welfare reforms, and support for national security and agriculture programs. Hannah T joins us on the line. Go ahead, Hannah.
Robert, nearly 30,000 new classrooms are now targeted for construction next year as senators race through key amendments in the 2026 national budget. The Senate Finance Committee confirmed a massive $68 billion allocation for classroom construction in 2026, 5 times higher than the amount originally proposed under the National Expenditure Program. Senator Win Gatchalian says this boost is meant to fix chronic shortages and speed up partnerships with LGUs, civil society groups, and even AFP engineers to allow DepEd to build classrooms, even in remote or conflict-affected areas. This after senators revealed that only 22 classrooms have been completed this year, far below the 1,700 classroom target of the DPWH. In another amendment for the 2026 budget, Senate President Pro Tempore Panfilo Lacson pressed for a major policy shift in the DSWD, removing politicians from cash aid distributions. He wants a new provision in the 2026 budget that bans incumbent officials, candidates, and any form of political signage or presence during payouts. Lacson insists cash aid must be distributed only by DSWD personnel and accredited partners, saying social welfare should never be used for political gain. The senator also wants the DSWD to impose administrative sanctions on anyone who violates this rule. Meanwhile, Senate Minority Leader Alan Peter Cayetano pushed for a 25 to 50 million increase for the MTRCB's budget allotted for value orientation programs promoting ethics on social media. Cayetano said the amount would allow the MTRCB to play a more proactive role in public education, not just reviewing films and TV. Senator Jinggoy Estrada, for his part, proposed an 85 million boost for the NBI to fund hazard duty pay for technical and forensic personnel, roles he described as high risk and essential to national security. The Department of Agriculture also requested 100 million for its Young Farmers Challenge program, a grant-based initiative meant to support emerging agripreneurs and ensure that the next generation will still choose farming. The Senate is racing to pass the 2026 national budget by mid-December. Third reading is targeted next week, followed by BICAM meetings from December 11 to 13. The BICAM, often criticized as a closed-door arena for last-minute insertions, will now be open to the public. Back to you, Robert.
Thank you for your report, Hannah T. Meanwhile, Kia Philippines of the Bilyonaryo Zobel de Ayala family keeps its momentum despite a tough economic climate. And at the Kia Movement Drive, their lineup of vehicles takes center stage. Our mobility correspondent, G. Barzaga, gives us the highlights.
Running a business or simply going to work, everybody needs to be mobile right now. I think mobility is still the main driver of building an economy. So I think mobility is here to stay.
That's Kia Philippines Managing Director Jay Lopez sharing his thoughts amid everything happening around the country. He adds that Kia is focused on making their vehicles better, more efficient, and more earth-friendly. And the numbers back it up. According to the Chamber of Automotive Manufacturers of the Philippines, Kia's sales jumped 31% from January to October. A big part of that growth is the Kia Sonet, still the brand's top performer in the Philippines.
Sonet remains to be our superstar for the moment, and at the same time we're very happy, consumers loving it, and I think we're not stopping there. We're trying to make it more relevant.
That's why Kia rolled out the Sonet K-Style edition. Inspired by the brand's Korean heritage and design philosophy, it keeps all the familiar features and tech, but gets a refreshed, more stylish exterior.
Kia Philippines says it continues to be one of the fastest growing car brands in the country. And to showcase all of that, they brought us to a drive up north to experience their lineup of vehicles that have different powertrains. From their best-selling model Sonnet to the hybrid Sorento SUV and Carnival MPV and the all-electric EV9.
From Manila, we cruised to San Juan, La Union, dropped by Paway in Ilocos Norte, spent the night in Pagudpud at the tip of Luzon, then rolled out again through Lawag. They call this the Kia Movement Drive.
It's a unique experience where every driving moment, we can really look into sharing the cars, the advantage, even road situation, movements.
And here's good news for EV owners worried about going this far north. AC Mobility's charging station at the Agua Grande Mini Hydropower Plant in Pagudpud is fully operational. It has 2 DC fast chargers delivering up to 120 kilowatts in just 45 minutes. For BNC Mobility, G. Baroga, Ilocos Norte.
The Commission on Audit flags billions worth of unobligated funds of the Department of Public Works and Highways based on its 2024 audit report. The Commission says this has caused stalling in several infrastructure projects. Elijah Bonzo is on the line for more details. Elijah, go ahead.
Robert, in the 2024 audit report of the Commission on Audit, from the more than 1.4 trillion peso budget of the DPWH, they had more than 167.7 billion pesos unobligated funds. This is the available budget that was not allocated to any project. Moreover, of the obligated or allocated 1.24 trillion funds, 39.0% of it has not yet been disbursed or paid by the government. COA reiterates that according to Section 70 of 2024 GAA's general provisions, the whole budget of a department is encouraged to be spent and allocated to ensure timely and efficient implementation of programs and projects that can serve the public. Factors that led to these, according to COA, are internal management issues, contractor-related delays, and external or third-party-related factors like road right-of-way issues. As a result, COA says a lot of critical projects were stalled, such as roads, bridges, and flood control systems that had a big impact on disaster-prone and remote areas. Robert.
Thank you for your report, Elijah Bonzo. Former Public Works and Highways Secretary Rogelio Singson has resigned from the Independent Commission for Infrastructure. In an interview with BNC's At the Forefront, former Congressman and Presidential Advisor Jacinto Paras said Singson told him about this, saying he is no longer satisfied with the ICI. This was eventually confirmed by ICI Chairperson Andres Reyes Jr. Singson also expressed dissatisfaction with how the ICI has been handling the flood control probe.
I bumped into Babe Singson.
Oh, okay.
He told me that he has already tendered his resignation, effective December, because hindi niya nagugustuhan yung ICI.
In a text message to BNC, Singson said he is winding up his work and added that the ICI now needs lawyers. Meanwhile, the Asian shares traded mixed on Wednesday, the third trading day of the week. Hong Kong's Hang Seng and China's Shanghai Composite slipped, while markets in Japan, South Korea, and Singapore and Australia advanced. The Australian dollar strengthened against the US dollar, while the greenback eased versus other Asian currencies. Gold rose 0.4%, while oil showed mixed movements. In cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin and Ethereum each gained nearly 3%. Philippine shares dropped for the third straight day. The PSEI ended more than 1% lower to 59.05. Among the sectoral indices, only mining and oil was in the green, with services falling the most at nearly 3%. Decliners outpaced advancers 105 to 86, with value turnover at 6.9 billion pesos. Majority of the day's most active stocks were in the red, with ICTSI falling the most at nearly 4%. And on currencies, the peso is currently trading at 58.68 against the US dollar, down from the previous close of 58.52. And that's a wrap for today's Business Brief. I'm Robert San. Join us again tomorrow as we bring you the stories that help you plan your next big, bold moves in business. Only here on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel.